Hi there, they call me the Fifth Turtle, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK for a brand new segment on the channel, This Week in Toys, as I go through toy pickups, toy news and toy pre-orders, the things we're always talking about. I'm recording this on Saturday afternoon and my god is it hot here. I am literally sweating buckets, but there is a pile of toys to my side, as there kind of always is. There's no money in the account, it's a nightmare. But I got some good toys, so we're going to go through those first, then we're going to get into the news, and then we're going to discuss the Haslab Dragonfly. So I will start off going through the pile with this first item. So here we have it. This is the Marvel Legends Astonishing Ant-Man. Of course, this is Scott Lang, and this is very special because this comes all the way from Las Vegas. So massive shout out to, of course, Hillphones himself, who did pick this up for me all the way from America, because Hasbro UK, I think they forgot to order this one, so that was a bit of a faux pas on their part. Forgot to order a main Avengers character. But of course, please do go follow at Cool Toys UK on Instagram, and you can see all about his trip. So again, shout out to Cool Toys for picking this one up for me. So that's number one off the pile. Number two off the pile is another cool one, because this is Moe's apron. Yes, it is here. Moe's apron Super 7 have come through with the apron, or Comic and Cocktails I should say, have sent me the apron. There's a little certificate that came with it, apologising for them cocking up and forgetting the apron in the first place. But after having Moe for many weeks, he's finally complete and he has his apron, so he'll go nicely on the shelf with an actual apron, so that's very nice to have. Let's stick with loose figures, shall we? So this is an eBay find. This is a 1 of 5,000 Chase variant John Moxley from the AEW line. So this is the eye patch version from the sort of feud back in, I think, 2020 with Chris Jericho. I managed to get this on eBay from a sort of Australian seller, but I think they're working out of China. They had a load of loose versions of the Chases, and you still got the plastic wrap actually under there. So he wasn't too badly priced compared. He goes for about £100 these days on the market when he's carded, so I picked him up for less than half that loose. So very cool to have him, because I think that's a really cool version of John Moxley. So he has joined the collection this week. Let's stick with some bargains. Let's go to another sale item. So this is Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Of course, it is Wicket, one of the little Ewoks. Of course, this is Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis, if you don't know, he does my head in. He really irritates me. He just gets on my tits. So I wasn't going to pay full price for this, but it has been reduced from Star Action Figures here in the UK to £16, so nearly £10 off retail. So couldn't say no. Needed to get Wicket, so he has joined the Ewok collection for Star Wars Black Series. So again, nice retro card, and I've actually completed the retro cards this week, so I do have one of every Star Wars retro card now hanging on the toy room wall, so that's pretty cool. What should we have next? Let's go for a gargoyle, shall we? So, a gargoyle purchased from the UK. So this is Thalog, of course, Goliath spelled backwards, one of the variant versions. I don't know if I can get enough glare reflecting there. You can probably see me in the screen as well. But I never picked him up when he first came out, so I've done a bit of a new gargoyles display, which we will get to at some point on the channel. I have a whole sort of top wardrobe now of gargoyles. I thought I'm going to try and backtrack and make sure I've got a complete collection. So I picked up Thalog. He was £50 from Rock and Roll Collectibles in the UK, but just the fact that we actually got one in the UK retail was pretty good. I think they must have just imported a few in. So let's stick with NECA, shall we? Let's stick with NECA, because this is quite the pile. So shout out, of course, the famous Uncle Ali. So all the way from AliExpress, I have been backtracking with Archie Comics Turtles. So here is Man Ray, the Archie comic version of Ray Fillet there, looking very, very nice. So I wasn't going to collect these, but I got FOMO and thought, I've got a spare cube in the room, I might as well fill it up. And that's what I did. So bought quite a few. So who have we got next? It's Dreadmon. So Dreadmon has arrived, a sort of werewolf-like sort of character here. Again, I'm not sure what the reflection's like on this. I'll try and sort of perfect these camera angles as we go. But there's Dreadmon from the Archie Comics line. I'm going to run out of room to sort of put these as I get through this segment. I need to apply more thought next time. We should have fancy graphics around me. I've tried to do sort of graphics and make the video a bit smaller because I am recording on the webcam here. So this one will make, of course, Mike Hex happy. Oh, and we have got a delivery midstream, so let me just press the pause button. Well, interrupted midstream. So I was in the middle of showing you Slash here from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line from the Archie comics. I was going to say shout out, of course, Mike Hex, who's a big fan of Slash. I finally got him, Mike, so Slash has joined the collection. So what you're probably wondering now, what interrupted the recording there? Well, I'll tell you, it was Amazon. With this, a grabbing device. So this is an extendable sort of litter picker, because I've put some of the toys so far back in the toy room, I can't actually reach them now. So I've needed to buy this little sort of extension so I can actually reach and get some of the figures off the wall. So that was what actually interrupted us there. But back to our regularly scheduled topic, and of course, it's still Turtles. So here comes old Jaguar himself from the Turtles Archie line as well, so backtracking got him, all sorts of baskets of fruit and things. I think these will fit in with the cartoon if you are trying to mix the lines there, but I'm going to do a separate cube, so I've got Archie comics, and I'm going to do a Last Ronin and a Mirage one, so pretty much that's every Turtle line I'm collecting now, so how the fuck I'm supposed to pay for this, God knows. Right, what else we got? We've got, because I wanted to get the order up over the magic number, I got another Utron there, so one of the nice little robots. Probably use this one as a battle damage version for the Mirage collection. So a battle damage one came in there. And the big boy himself, Triceraton Zog. So I'll go in that side of things easier. So this is absolutely massive, way bigger than the rest of the box. If I bring in a sort of normal size box, you can see the difference there. This thing is absolutely massive. Again, it is an army builder, but I did just go for the one. So again, Uncle Ali comes through with quite good pricing on all this, so that wasn't too bad. And they take PayPal credits, so that always helps out when you're trying to buy these crazy backtracks. But that is me caught up with Archie comics, and that's everything I think from Mirage. We'll get to some of that later in the toy news as well. So I'm looking to the pile. We've still got more, don't panic, there's always something in the pile. So it is Walter Donovan. Again, this is from Star Action Figures, and when I popped an order in for something I'll get to in a minute, I wanted to get it over £50 so I could get free delivery. So I popped in Walter Donovan, and I'm slowly collecting through the Indiana Jones line. And I have got the Temple Escape Indy. That review is on the channel, so of course shameless self-promotion there, because YouTube doesn't even share that one. Nobody seems to like Indiana Jones, so please go and give that one a watch. So there is Melty Face number 2, because of course he does become sort of zombie face, and I show you on the back there when he drinks from the Holy Grail there. So that's Donovan. What should we go with next? Let's go with the other thing I bought in that order. Now this was the bargain of the century. This is the Cobra Viper pack, the 3-pack that retails at, I sneak my head in here, £90 this was retailing for in the UK, and probably $90 in America. And I got this for £25. I'll say that again, £25 for a 3-pack with all those crazy blast effects and effects in. That's an absolute bargain. So this is a definite cock-up from Hasbro when they decided to price this at £90. Clearly nobody bought it a year ago, so they're sat on so much excess stock, they've been shipping it out to the retailers to try and get rid of it. So obviously Star Action Figures have picked these up on the cheap, and they are, again, flogging them on the cheap. So I think they've sold out a couple of times now, so they probably are out of stock of these, but that is the Viper 3-pack. So my first real sort of attempted army building in G.I. Joe Classified, but yeah, nice and cheap, that one. Right. Let's stick with Joe. Let's stick with Joe, the next one. So, we do have Shipwreck. And you may think, oh, what's this? This is Super 7 3 3/4 inch reaction figures. So I have gone a bit mad on these, and over the coming weeks on the channel, you're probably going to see a lot of these because I've gone a bit crazy. I think I've bought 50 of the things and nearly backtracked every character. So I managed to find them quite cheap for a lot of them. So there is Shipwreck. I'll take you through some of the other ones here. We've got Lady, why do I always call Lady J Covergirl? I just can't do it. So there is Covergirl in her animated look. So the reason I'm going for these is because if you've seen the recent reviews of Super 7 Ultimates Wave 2 G.I. Joe, they look shit because they've not painted them. So after the great success of Wave 1, finally getting what I wanted, which is cartoon accurate version of G.I. Joe figures, Wave 1 looks great. They've gone and cocked at Wave 2. And it irritated me so much. I thought, I don't want these unpainted figures. They need to be painted to have their animated look. A few more here we'll just go through. So we've got Raven as well. I think she was only in the Sunbow cartoon as well. So what I've done is stuck with Super 7, but switched scales. Because on Big Bad Toy Store, you can pick up about 15 of these for $100. So I've backtracked through them all. I'm going to army build. I've got loads of Cobra Troopers coming, and I've got the 3 3/4 inch Sky Striker, and there's the military police. I just got some of these from Star Action Figures in the UK, and I've also got a big Comic and Cocktails order coming next week of them. But these look just like the animated series. If I can get you in really, really close there, see if that can work on Shipwreck. So they do look cool. I say with the 3 3/4 inch Sky Striker that I've got, I will I've already done it. I've taken that out of the classified display, and that is going to be the centerpiece of this 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe reaction collection. So I'm probably going to end up cancelling the rest of my pre-orders for the ultimate versions of Super 7, sticking with these and potentially selling Wave 1. We'll see how we feel, but they irritated me so much I started to collect a new line. So let me know in the comments, has that ever happened to you before? You got so irritated you started collecting something else? Do let me know. Right. Any Tekken fans in the room? Because here is Devil Jin. So I picked him up. This was the only Storm Collectibles Tekken figure I was missing. But Comic and Cocktails had a happy hour last weekend. So it was 10% off anything. So I knew I'd missed out on this one. So with 10% off, I thought I'm going to go in and get Devil Jin himself. So he's looking pretty cool. So that is me complete now, at the moment at least, on Tekken figures from Storm. Because as you know, I do go in on a lot of the Mortal Kombat, the Street Fighter and the Golden Axe as well from Storm Collectibles. I also pre-ordered one of the Golden Axe, the big boy, the bold fella with the big belly. He's been pre-ordered with 10% off as well. So that was good because it was on pre-orders. I think we've got one more item. Yes, one more item remaining. And this is a childhood dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? The anticipation is building it. Never rub another man's rhubarb. There it is. Jack Nicholson fucking Joker. Jack Nicholson Joker. My God, have I wanted this for a long time. Literally a dream come true. I changed scales just so I could get this. So this is the Dynamic Action Heroes Beast Kingdom Jack Nicholson Joker. So I'll probably do a full video of him later on the channel. But dream come true for me. Really cool package in there. 89 Batman, an absolute childhood favourite. I've still got my childhood VHS cassette. And just over in the corner up there, which you can't see on this camera, is in our own living room. We have a massive 89 Batman poster. So finally, Jack Nicholson Joker in some form of scale I can collect. It is 1/10 or 1/9. I think it's 1/9 scale. So it's about 9 to 10 inches tall, but it's going to go over there. I've got 89 Batman in the same line. So Jack Nicholson Joker is here. So very, very happy. And that was the whole part of this video. So next question. Have I backed the Sky Striker? Find out next. Right then, on to the next segment's news and pre-orders. So, on the screen you can see the G.I. Joe Classified Series Assault Copter Dragonfly XH1. Now, I made a video at the start of the week, just an hour and a half into the campaign, and it was already at 4,500 backers. About 5 days or so later, you can see it has been funded. 10,000 backers has been achieved. That was achieved in 26 hours. So incredibly fast, and nearly at the first stretch goal as well. Nearly at the 13,000 to get ripcord, with 2 more stretch goals to be announced. So the community have spoken on this one. The value, I think, is definitely there on this. Less than the cost of the HISS tank. Way less than the Engine of Vengeance. So 35-inch helicopter, this has been backed, but the question is, has it been backed by me? So I've said before that I don't collect the vehicles of this size, it's not going to fit. I like to get the 3 3/4 inch vehicles to go above the collection, sort of dangling around. But you've all been telling me in the comments on live streams, every day, you're going to get this, you need this, of course you need this. So I've been getting the FOMO, but have I pulled the trigger? Well, kind of. So, on the screen, you can see there's 12,250 backers, and the 12,250th backer does come from this house. But it isn't me. No. Shout out to the legendary Cheeky Monkey Kiara. Do go follow her on Instagram, the Mrs. has backed the Haslab for me. What an absolute legend she is. Whether she's done it out of love or to shut me up from moaning because I've spent far too much money on anything else that I probably couldn't afford to buy this. But what a legend she is. It's not her first crowdfunding. She went and backed the Mattel Creations ring that we're still trying to sell the spare one. If there's any buyers out there, I told her she'd make money on it. So whether she actually want me to sell this if I don't keep up the good behaviour, I don't know. But it has been back. So in 2024, expect the epic unboxing of a 35-inch helicopter coming to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Massive shout out to Cheeky Monkey Kiara. I recommend it. Anybody out there, if you've got a good wife, a good husband, maybe they'll back it for you. Maybe if you moan, they'll buy it. I don't know. See what you can do. But of course, the legendary Cheeky Monkey Kiara, thank you, dear. She has backed this one, and it will be coming next year. Under one condition, though. I've got to clean the house. I've got boxes everywhere, so she's fed up with me, making a mess. So I've got to clean the house. So I've got to be in my best behaviour, or I will be in the doghouse. But what a legend she is. And yes, the Dragonfly will be coming to a collection near you soon, so please do, of course, stick around to the end of this video because I will show you where it's going to go. I've already made room. That was my biggest issue to start with. Well, firstly, yeah, I didn't have a lot of money for it. Secondly, it's 35 bloody inches, so how's it going to fit? But I've worked a solution out. So that is the Haslab. I'm sure that will be fully funded in the next couple of weeks or so, and we'll get all 4 unlocks, and that will become a real good value. But on to the rest of the news then. So, if my screen share is still working, which I hope it is, or I could just be talking a load of crap, let's go through some more G.I. Joe stuff. So the Trouble Bubble has gone up. That is back on stock on UK Pulse. That had gone out of stock, but it is back now. So I have gone for one of those. Kind of thinking I might need 2 now, though. So I'm getting a bit of itchy finger to pull that one. Falcon has literally just come in stock last couple of days. Anybody's after Falcon? I did cancel mine because the face does look a bit jank, doesn't it? So don't know, might eventually end up ordering, but I have cancelled it at the moment. Scrap Iron coming soon. Rock and Roll started hitting America. He will be coming soon as well. And there's a few new here down the bottom. I've gone a bit too far. There's Serpentor. See, he's haunting me. The bugger. Signed up to Pulse a year ago and I'm still waiting for bloody Serpentor. But what I wanted to talk about is the Python Crimson Guard. Of course, one of the original figures from Python Patrol back in the 80s. So it's good to see him there, and Tiger Force Dusty. So they have gone up for pre-order this week as part of Yo Joe June. Let me just get my drink here as I reach over. A pint of Guinness. No, it's a pint of water. As I said, it's bloody hot here today. So that is the first bit from Pulse G.I. Joe related. What else we got then? Valaverse. So it is Joe Fest as I am recording this on Saturday. It is Joe Fest. So that was from the Friday part of Joe Fest there. You can see the Vanguard from Valaverse for Action Force. So Bobby's new vehicle. He is doing a panel probably today, I think it is. Actually, probably as I record this, the panel's going on. So there'll be a lot of Action Force reveals to come. And the price, of course, on this Vanguard. How much will it be? So it's a very cool looking vehicle. Anybody else collects Action Force out there? Well, of course, this would probably go with any 6-inch line, wouldn't it? If we took the missiles off. So that's a really good size vehicle there. We have Marvel Legends then. Marvel Legends. So Black Widow has gone up for pre-order. This is the Super Deluxe articulated version. So I think this is going to be a purchase for me, but it's a sell your other Black Widows first kind of purchase. So you get loads with this one. So $27.99 on Pulse UK. Which for an exclusive is the standard price, but you do get some more accessories of this one, so the price isn't too bad. You do get 3 heads, it's a surprise. So you get the long hair there, the blast effects. My favourite is the random, I'm sure people don't like this one, I quite like this one. The short hair, wavy head sculpt there as well. And that's the full layout picture we wanted, and then the longer sculpt there. So obviously deluxe body, pinless everywhere. I suppose quite like the sort of Power Ranger style articulation on this one, so she's going to move really well, and she's shipping quite soon. 21st of July she'll be shipping out from Pulse. So get your Black Widows in. I think she is a Target exclusive, is she, in America? She's definitely an exclusive, so she'll be harder to find. And then we had a Build-A-Figure wave. So it's the Marvels, I should say, coming out in November, a much delayed movie. We are getting a wave for that then. So if I go through some of the figures on here on the screen, you can see Photon there. I think that the Monica Rambeau figure, I think she's the best looking figure from the MCU side of the wave. So I'm trying not to collect MCU, but that's a very, very good Tiana Paris head sculpt there. Very, very nice. Then you go on to Manvalani's Ms. Marvel, which is a atrocious head sculpt. Looks absolutely nothing like the actress at all. So I don't know who cooked this one up, but it looks nothing like her. You do get Flurkin though, with the cool effects. So the Flurkin's really cool, but they seem to have forgotten to paint it. Seems to be the tentacles are coming out, but there's not a single paint app on those red things. But it does kind of look like sort of almost a prototype, really. So it's a bit of a miss. And obviously, it doesn't come with Carol either. But if you've seen the trailer, you do see Ms. Marvel with the Flurk in there. But they definitely need some paint on there. But that's unlike the MCU figures. Usually, they do get all the love. But that head sculpt is way, way off on that one. Of course, these are just my random opinions. Please do leave yours in the comments below or the live chats as I waffle on about this week's toy news. As I say, this potentially could become a live stream format, so do let me know if you want This Week in Toys to become my weekly live stream. I have been challenged by, of course, the legend himself, Mr. Dan Hu, to do a weekly live stream once I hit 1,000 subscribers, so on the way there. So my weekly rambles like this may become a thing. So this might be a slightly longer video, so just sort of test out the format. And then there's Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson. And that's not too bad a head sculpt. Yeah, again, it's not as good. It's nowhere near as good. This is a stunning head sculpt for Photon there, but Carol's isn't the best, but it's okay. But again, not one for me. But okay, any MCU fans out there, it's good to have the three main characters from the film. And then we've got Marvel Boy. So, figure we haven't had in a long time in Marvel Legends, of course, Marvel Boy. Not in that uniform. I don't think we've had him at all. That's his Young Avengers look? I think that's his Young Avengers look that he's actually wearing there. So that's one I'd probably add to the collection, but not straight away. I will definitely wait for the sale drop for me. Karnak coming up next. So an Inhuman. Of course, we've not had an Inhuman in my God, how long? I've got Black Bolt and Medusa. I've got the best. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, but they were absolutely years ago. So we've got Karnak here. I think he looks kind of cool. He obviously is. He does look a bit skinny, isn't it? The Spider-Man body there, the old pizza spider body, does look very slim by today's standards. But it's nice to see Karnak in the collection. So he looks okay, really. It's a bit of a strange design, but that was like the late 1960s design, wasn't it? So a bit of a strange one. Then we've got Commander Rogers. So I've got the original version somewhere upstairs. I think he's been on eBay for ages. He's from the Epic Heroes line. He's got the terrible ball-jointed hips on the original version. So this is definitely an upgrade here to Steve. But again, not pinless from what I've seen on some of the other reviews on this one. So could be on a better body, really. And the face sculpt is okay. I do like the translucent shield, though, the effect shield there, like the infrared version. So that's nice. But the main one for me is Heroes Return Iron Man, which is very cool. I like the late 90s. I've got the omnibus of Heroes Return. I've got the Heroes Reborn. And don't get me wrong, I prefer Heroes Reborn. That is an epic armor, but that would require some serious new sculpting. So we haven't got Heroes Reborn yet. We've got the Heroes Return. So I'll take them both, though. So happy to get this Iron Man. But again, this whole wave for me is a bit of a wait for the sale drop. Now, if I click on one, we should be able to see, of course, the Builder figure. But actually, thinking about it, I've clicked on the one that doesn't come with a Build figure piece. So that was probably a poor strategy. Let's go and see if there's any pictures here. Hasbro, you can actually show me the bath. So if you haven't seen it by now, you're not going to see it in this video because apparently they're not going to show you the whole bloody thing. But there you go. There's Amadeus Cho's head. So we are getting the Amadeus Cho version of the Hulk. So a needed character. Again, I don't think that's the greatest Amadeus Cho likeness I've ever seen on the head sculpt. The hair is correct, but the face isn't quite there for me. So not a bath I'm that bothered by. So for me, this is a bit much of a skipping wave and just a couple of those comic book figures I'll pick up in the sale. But do let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comments below on this Marvel Legends wave. Is it a day one for you? Because we've got some few new comic book figures in there, a couple of A-listers, and then the Marvels. So let me know what you think. So that is Marvel. And let's go to what's going on for pre-order this week. So we've gone on to Kapow Toys now. See, I prepared all these tabs in advance. So organisation here on a Saturday. I should be cleaning the toy room really and cleaning the floor, but I'm filming this. So the NECA, this is the Foot Enforcer from the Mirage comic days. This is a cool figure and a definite pickup for me. But I'll probably wait until it actually comes in stock rather than pre-ordering. It's a big, bulky figure. Nice lot of accessories again with all different weapons there. Colour scheme, don't know. They're all based on the IDW recolours of the Mirage Turtles. That does seem to be what their licenses are letting them do. So we have got the brighter sort of colours. but they're a bit too bright, I think, really. But in hand, I think they look okay. And when they're on the shelf, I ain't too fussed. But the NECA Enforcer does look pretty cool to me. So let me know if we've got any Turtles fans here. And we'll be picking up the Foot Enforcer. Right, we're going to go over to Uncle Ali next. And Uncle Ali, there we are. We've signed into Uncle Ali here. And actually, I've done a big order recently. So it says these are no longer available because a lot of these have sold out. Over 500 sold of these battle damage shredders. So this is Uncle Ali himself in action. But this is my order. So this will be coming hopefully in the next few weeks. You've seen the one pile today at the start of the video, but there'll be another one to follow it up. So battle damage shredder, of course, from the very first issue of TMNT. He is coloured blue because that is the modern IDW recolor when they recolored it. Again, originally it was black and white, then he was like a red colour. But in the modern version, they have coloured them blue. So that's why they are doing them in blue. So I've got that omnibus, so I'm quite happy with those colours. So battle damage shredder there. Again, store exclusive, all these in America. Here is the new foot soldier then. So your army builder, I suppose this is definitely an army builder. I've only ordered one though in my order. I thought I'm going to see what it's like because again it's a bit purplish. I think Anthony's Customs got a review on this if you want to check out an actual in-hand review. But it comes with all the different heads, so you can make all the different versions of the foot soldier. I like the cell shading on that face there. So this again is a really cool figure. An absolute bucket ton of accessories with him. So he's going to be fun to army build, I think, but I'm going to have to wait to army build him. I like to build up sort of big purchases from Uncle Ali, so we'll wait till I need to bulk up some baskets in the future before I start army building him. And then we've got this bad boy. Oh, we have got the big hench turtles themselves. So these are based on the Return to New York storyline, a bit later in the Mirage stories. That's why they are big and bulky. This isn't Eastman's art. This is why it's a slightly different design to the previous versions. But these have been ordered because this is my order list. So nice big order coming. And yeah, very, very impressed with these. Hopefully they'll look just as good in hand as they look in these photos. So let me know, have you ordered any of these from AliExpress? Over 700 sets sold, or are you in America trying to track these in the store? But they look really cool. So that is some turtles. And the final bit of my order is Master Splinter himself. Little soft good Splinter. Again, looks really cool there. So looking forward to getting him. And you get a little mouser as well. Didn't know that. See, I've just ordered these. Haven't actually looked. I do like the ooze canister though. The comic effect ooze canister and your baby. You got all the baby turtles? I didn't even know you got the baby turtles. Literally. I got the link to Splinter. I just bought it. So I haven't actually looked. I bought it about 3 days ago as well. So should have paid more attention. But anybody else do that? You just order sort of sight unseen. You think, right, I need that, and just order. So that's what I did. But that is the Turtles bit of the news. Moving on, any Indiana Jones fans out there? SH Figure Arts are now doing orders for Raiders of the Lost Ark SH Figure Arts Indiana Jones. So he's looking pretty cool. I've gone in for the Hasbro stuff, so I won't be going into this time. It's Cheeky Monkey Cara ringing me. She's ringing me in the middle of a live stream there. I'll just answer that quickly and tell her we're live filming. Hello, dear. I'm just live filming right now. Anything you'd like to say to the public? You're going to send me a text. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. There you are. See? Live call. So far in this video, Amazon have knocked the door and Cheeky Monkey Cara has given me a call. So it's all going on. But there's Indiana Jones. Does look really cool. He can take his jacket off as well and have just the shirt sleeve on. So that's pretty cool for indie fans out there. Final couple of things. NECA Gargoyles Angela. Not news, but the fact she is shipping now is news. So she's due in June here at Big Bad Toy Store. Well, I've got my pre-order in because you can't get them in the UK. But I have seen her hitting some of the Walmart stores, I think, in America. So if you are out on the hunt, see if you can find Angela there because you need her for Gargoyles. And my final bit of news, let's end on a bit of wrestling. Any wrestling fans out there on the channel? Of course, I do wrestling live streams, and there will be one coming up in a couple of weeks because it is Money in the Bank here in the UK. So that will be in the O2 London. So I will be doing a live commentary watch along. So please do give that a watch when it comes up. So AEW, I've dropped a few new things, but the main one I want to look at is the new Blood and Guts figure here of Wheeler Yuta. Look at the blood on this. I do like the fact that you can get the the blood on the figures. This looks really cool. So this is up for UK pre-order on Rock and Roll Collectibles. It's about £45. It is a ringside exclusive. So of course this comes from his match on Rampage with John Moxley when he got bloodied as a bugger and then ended up joining the Blackpool Combat Club after. So I do like these bloody variants. I wish Mattel would do a similar thing, but obviously being a bit bigger of a company, I don't think we're going to get that with WWE being kind of PG, but this is really cool. But the main thing I wanted to look at here is ringside exclusive is the fact that the 4-pack is now shipping. So I've seen this, it says still pre-order, but this is definitely shipping. I've seen people with these in hand. Excuse me. So there is the 1997 Royal Rumble HBK. He's looking mighty fine there. You get his chaps, his little top bit, his cowboy hat, of course, in the Animal Dome in San Antonio, the Royal Rumble, when he beat Psycho Sid for the title before he lost his smile. That's a pretty cool figure. Then we've got WrestleMania 8, Bret the Hitman Hart. The first time he had a fancy jacket of that description was WrestleMania 8. And I think that jacket has been given back to Bret recently on one of their A&E documentaries. He's managed to find it because it was stolen previously. But there's WrestleMania 8, Bret Hart. There is Mankind from Hell in a Cell. So he has the thumbtacks on his back. So that'll be a really cool pickup. I have all of these again pre-ordered with Rock and Roll Collectibles in the UK. Otherwise, I suggest the whole shebang in the UK if you're looking to get these ringside exclusives. And the big one, of course, Cody Rhodes with the dodgy tit. So there is Cody with his damaged pectoral from Hell in a Cell last year. What an epic match that was. So that is a true defining moment, you could say. So that's pretty much it for the toy news I'm interested in. So stick around for the next segment and I will take you in the toy room. Right then, so a little bonus for those of you that stuck around to the end of this week in toys. Lots of manoeuvres going on up here in the toy room. Just starting to move the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon stuff, and they will be going into a double deep display and maybe an even further double deep display down there. But let's talk about the Dragonfly. So I've started to move the G.I. Joe over to this side of the room. So there is all the Tiger Force versus Python Patrol stuff. And eventually the display will go all the way down there, sort of a vertical display of G.I. Joe, and then maybe across onto the bottom shelf down there where you see everything on the floor. So the Haslab Dragonfly, 34 inches of helicopter. Where can it go? Well, it can go up there. So you see the wall there. There's a random He-Man with some G.I. Joe I've started to hang. But there is a 40-inch gap there. And it's about 16 inches tall above the top of the wrestling stage that you see there. So that is the perfect position for either a new shelf or to hang it, or maybe put another cube here and then use the stand and have it angled on the stand up there. So I've managed to make room at least a year in advance for the Haslab project. So I wasn't sure I was going to back it, but everybody was telling me to back it, and I give in to FOMO easily, of course. So again, shout out to Cheeky Monkey Kiara. But yeah, it's going to be a really cool thing, I think, above there. Maybe even the Hiss tank itself could go on the top shelf there. The Trouble Bubbles can hang on there. Serpentor, whenever he gets here, can go on there. So yeah, that is what I'll be doing with the Dragonfly. And finally for today then, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie figures. So they were over in single cubes over there. There's my tongs, of course, a great accessory when you're trying to reach figures at the back. But with the announcement that we had just last week of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Samurai figures, I needed somewhere for them to go. So I couldn't justify a whole cube for them. So I thought if I mix film 1 and film 2 together on a double shelf, there should then be enough room, which it has generated there, for 4 more turtles in their samurai outfits, and of course Kino from the SDCC set that's coming up from NECA at Comic Con, because we're about a month away now from San Diego Comic Con. So thank you for watching, everybody. I have been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Please do, of course, comment, like and subscribe, as I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers here in 2023. Less than 90 to go now, so thank you to everybody that subscribed. I hope you enjoy this week in toys. I'll try to do it a bit more often if you think it works, so do let me know how you think the format works, and eventually this may even become a sort of live stream format. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.